All right, Watch World, let's talk about this. Seiko SRP. I think that they really have done a good job on this watch. Now, is there negatives, positives? Yes, about every watch out there. There's no perfect watch, but I think they're very, very close to getting on it with this one. Man, SKX, awesome watch. Most of your collectors, most of your watch guys, most of us, we have one. We love it. I have one that it's an everyday wear. So I like that watch. Hence the reason why I just did an EDC carry, and that watch was part of my EDC. But I think this watch, and like I said, I've only had a few days of this watch because I got it for Christmas, but I'm starting to really like it. And the reason for that is it hits right in the sweet spot. It's not a diver. It's not a dress watch. It's really not even a field watch, but it blurs the line through the three. It's got its own design. It doesn't copy from everything else. You don't look at it and go, yeah, it's like this, or it looks like that, or whatever. But it does take its roots from the SKX. And let me tell you, the SKX, it's been a staple for Seiko for a long time. If you don't have an SKX, buy one. If you want to watch a video on SKX, watch my EDC Seiko SKX video. I really like that watch. The one that I have that I've shown a little video and clips and stuff before I started talking, it is the SRPE61. So this particular watch doesn't come with a band. I mean, it doesn't come with a bracelet. The bracelet that you see in the picture is a Long Island watch bracelet, and it fits it perfectly. It's what that watch needs. And I'm going to show you some pictures. I'll show you some close-ups of it, but I'm going to go into more detail and show you like close-up pictures of this watch. But this particular watch comes with a NATO strap, which is nothing wrong with it. It's fine. It's got a little sign buckle on it that says Seiko. It's great. There's nothing wrong with it. But this watch needs this bracelet to make it happen. Now, the reason why I would recommend this one over the model that has a bracelet is because you know Seiko's bracelets aren't all that great, okay? So just, if you want to buy one, that's fine, just buy it. But the difference is this watch, the bezel of this watch that comes with the NATO, the bezel is brushed. The very lip outside of the bezel is polished. So you get depth with it, but you don't have to worry about like that Hamilton Khaki King problem. If you have a Hamilton Khaki King, I can't talk today. If you have a Khaki King, the problem is the first couple of days that you have it, you get a nick on that bezel and it drives you nuts because it like magnifies what that scratch is. So the reason I like this is the outside of that bezel is brushed, and I'm really liking it. The top of the case is brushed, but then you've got the polished sides like the SKX. You have a little more slim of a case, and you've got a 44, I think it's 44 and a half millimeter lug to lug, and you've got a 20 millimeter case. So it's a sweet spot for a lot of wrist. I would say from the 6 even all the way up to about the 7.5 to maybe even pushing on 8. And really and truly, if you're a 5 3/4 or just a hair under 6, you probably still get away with a watch because the lugs are so short. I mean, the lugs are like 44. So what I want to do is I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to get a close-up view of this, and I'm going to show you the things that I love about this watch. And there's very few things that I think that they should have changed. If any, I can't think of any. Well, I can think of some, but I can't think of any major ones that stand out to me. So what I'm going to do, let's spin the camera around. Let's look at this thing. Here it is, guys, the Seiko SRPE61. Now, this particular, the E67, SRPE61 is the one that comes with this NATO here. So you've got a gray NATO strap that this guy comes with. It's actually a pretty good NATO strap. It's stitched there. You've got a little sign buckle there. The keepers are nice. It's a nice NATO. It's a little firm. It's not as smooth as like your Blue Shark NATOs or Barton watch strap or something like that. It's a little thicker that way, but it is what it is. I think it's better than their stainless bracelet. But now to this, as far as the stainless bracelet that I have on this watch, it's a Long Island watch stainless bracelet. It is solid end links, you can see, and it is screw in. They are screw in, and then it's got a pretty good latch on it. Now one thing that I noticed about this latch, when this little guy here wants to move, you can see how that moves, which it really doesn't bother me all that much until I like take it off, and then I'm like, I wonder why it moves like that. It just doesn't see, and it might just be this one, who knows. But as far as the bracelet goes, I really do like the bracelet on this watch. It lines up very good, and it's got this polished section in the middle, and it really makes this watch. But now, as far as the specifications on this guy, is you've got a 40mm dial, you've got 44mm lug to lug, you've got drilled holes there, you have 40mm for straps. So as far as the dimensions of it, I don't think it could be any better dimensions than that. So it's going to go from small wrist to large wrist. It's going to look great. Obviously it's all it's all stainless steel. It's all the normal stuff that these watches are going to have. You do have some seriously awesome lume on here, like the SKX. You've got really good lume, and the indices are raised. And then you notice this dial is so pretty. It really, the light really messes with it a lot, and it really looks nice. But I love this subtle gray color, and this subtle gray looks really good with that brushed bezel. Notice that brushed bezel. It doesn't take away from this dial. I think if you get the watch with the strap, with the bracelet, that is polished. And the inside, you can see this little, the outside, the little outside of this is polished. You can see the reflection of my finger. It's got a little polished edge on the outside. Brushed on the face, polished on the outside. You're brushed up top, and then the outside of it is polished. So it's finished just very well in Seiko fashion. One thing you're not going to have to mess with or deal with is the 12 o'clock not being aligned. So yay, Seiko. You've got the Seiko logo, and then the new little 5 logo underneath it, and then you've got automatic. It's very simple, very clean. You can dress it up, dress it down. I really like the way that it is. And one thing I like is the little pips, the indices at the 6 and the 9 are longer and slender, and they complement the day-date function very well on this watch. And then you've got the triangle up top, which I like. But I really like the little piece that comes off of that triangle and the piece that comes off of the 6 and the 9. It really looks sharp on this watch. The hands are perfect for this watch. I just think they really look good. One thing Seiko could have done is they could have signed that stinking crown and leave it to Seiko not to sign the crown. I just don't understand why they don't do that. It's just kind of, I think if I pay a couple $100 for a watch. I think it needs a signed crown. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Back of the watch, you do have your regular mineral crystal. It's Seiko's mineral crystal, which is great, but it's not sapphire. But you can see it ticking away back there. It's got a little Seiko, the Seiko logo and the Seiko 5 right down there on the rotor. It's a good touch with the watch. The front glass is mineral crystal as well. It's Seiko's mineral crystal. So that's about it. Oh, this watch is 100 meter water resistant as well. So guys, if you're looking for a dress watch, or you're looking for a field watch, or you're looking for a diver, this is kind of all three. I know you're not going to dive with this watch. You can get in the pool, you take a shower, you can do whatever. It's going to be fine for 100 meters. It's fine with what normal people do. If you are a diver, obviously don't buy this watch. It's not a dive watch. This crown is not screwed down. It is just your regular. Now, okay, so I missed that while ago. This is hand winding and hackable. So if you pull this little guy out here, that second hand is going to stop. You can see that second hand stops, and then it's ticking right away now. So it is hackable. And then you can hear, let's see if I can. It's very, very smooth dial. So guys, there it is. If you like it, hey, hit the like button and subscribe, because I'm trying out some new lights. I'm trying out some a new mic. I'm trying out a new camera. Trying a bunch of new stuff. Trying to figure out what works for me, what y'all like, how I can do a better video. But as of now, guys, I'm out for until the next one, and y'all have a great new year, and see you guys later.